What I'm reviewing today is what mindfulness means, how it is practiced, and how mindfulness practice helps you make healthier choices. And with that, we'll segue into how mindfulness helps with appetite regulation, as well as it preventing yourself from eating when you're not paying attention, basically. If you're grazing in front of the television, not being mindful of what you're consuming. I'm going to talk for a bit about mindfulness and how that plays into eating regulation, appetite regulation, and regulating your eating behaviors. It is not what this guy is doing right now. It is not meditating over a bowl of oranges. This is an exaggeration, but I thought it was funny. So the mindfulness we're talking about, I'm not going to ask you to meditate over a bowl of food. What does mindfulness mean? The literal definition is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. For newbies, it could be a little hard to understand, but don't overthink it because it's really not that complex. It's just about living in the moment and getting out of your head, focusing on the sensations around you. For example, how the ground feels beneath you, the sounds you hear near and far, details that you may not have noticed, like a squirrel running around in the tree. If you're meditating outside, or just being mindful in general. How is mindfulness practiced? There's different ways you can practice mindfulness. Really, it's just a state of mind, and you could be applying it to anything that you're doing. But some more applied practices are meditating, like I'm about to do. And you can do that seated, walking, standing. I wouldn't suggest doing it lying down unless you've got back pain, because I do that sometimes, because you'll probably fall asleep. I tell you that because I know that. Yoga is a mindfulness practice. You can even be mindful when you're playing sports. For example, a soccer player might try to practice really getting in flow with mindfulness. So getting out of their head and really paying attention to every little detail with their senses of the game so they can play better. It also can be taking short pauses in everyday life just to check in with yourself, notice how you're feeling, and being present in that moment. And that's something that can really help with things like stress at work, your kids driving you crazy. Go lock your door and meditate for 5-10 minutes. With anxiety, I have anxiety disorder, so meditation is something that helps me. So those are different ways to practice it. Mindfulness also helps you make healthy choices. So here's some different ways that it can help you make healthy choices. So I'm including mental health here. And like I said, I have anxiety disorder. So I understand that it helps, meditation and being mindful help you get out of your head, and it alleviates that anxiety. You start to challenge your anxiety. Does that make any sense? And it can help with panic attacks as well. I figured this played into health somehow. It can help you keep yourself from lashing out at somebody that you're angry with, or really just respond to any stimulus in a calm manner. For example, I have a little bit of an issue with lashing out at my fiance when I think he's judging me or something like that. I think a lot of women do that. And if I were to be mindful and take a moment to gather my thoughts before lashing out, that is a way to be mindful, and it's healthy for your relationship. And then the mindfulness that we are talking about today specifically is that it can help you regulate your appetite by paying attention to your fullness cues and the emotions you associate with food and the emotions that cause you to eat food, such as being bored or being sad. All right, so how does mindfulness play into appetite regulation? Being mindful by way of slowing down and pausing to check in with yourself while you are eating. before you decide to eat. For example, you may ask yourself, am I choosing foods as nourishment or for pleasure? This can help you make better choices when it comes to meals. And of course, all of us eat for pleasure every now and then, but it doesn't have to be every meal. And if you're mindful, you put a little more thought into what you put into your body, instead of just putting everything in your mouth that you see, which is a bad habit. With mindfulness, you can gauge how hungry you really are at this moment. So something I like to practice is keeping track of how hungry I am. So on a scale of 1 to 10, for example, I try to aim for, you want to aim for 5 or 6 if you're trying to lose weight. So like just satisfied. 7 and 8 would be more maintenance. And then 9 and 10 is, oh my God, I got to eat right now. And I wouldn't suggest waiting until you're 10 because we tend to make unhealthy choices when we are starving. I know I do. So I try to eat when I am hungry, but I am not ravenous. Eliminating distractions while you eat can help you be more mindful with your eating. So sitting down at the table with your family and treating that as family time and eating your dinner with family instead of eating in front of the television. That's one way you can eliminate distractions. It takes your body about 20 minutes to realize you're full. There are a lot of hormones in your body that kick in when you're eating, and it takes time for your brain to catch up with feeling how full you are. So you want to slow down your eating as well. One good practice is to put your fork down between bites. And it's a great practice because if you gobble all that food down, 10 minutes later, you're going to be like, oh, I need the stretchy pants. I ate too much. Slowing down can help you prevent that. And, food's delicious. So I like to slow down and savor every bite like I'm drinking, like sipping fine wine, just so I can enjoy the food more and enjoy it for longer. I like to try to think about every detail about the food. This is mindfulness too. How does it feel? How does it smell? How does it taste? That can help you enjoy your food and slow down with eating your food. Another practice is trying to pay attention to your fullness cues. So trying to rate how full you are when you're eating and when you're done eating. If you're trying to lose weight, you want to try to stop eating when you're just satisfied. So that'd be about a 5 or 6 out of 10. 7 or 8 is full, but comfortably full. And then 9 or 10 is, again, I need to pull out my stretchy pants. I'm about to pop out of my pants. I'm so full. That's another way of being mindful. And here's some mindful versus mindless eating habits that we might have. I am not going to read all of these off. I can send it to you if you would like me to. Just shoot me a message or even better, comment here under this video. But basically it's showing like what a mindless activity might be, like chowing down on potato chips in front of the television versus what a mindful thing might be, like connecting with food while eating by disconnecting the electronics. So I can send that to you if you want. Thank you for watching my video on what mindfulness is and how it plays into regulating your eating behaviors. I really hope that it helps you get started on a healthy lifestyle practice. I would love to help you further with these healthy habits, which I have you practice in my program. So if you have any questions, please send me a message. Check out the website. It's right there at the bottom. I want you as my next success story. I can't wait to work with you, and I will talk to you later.